Hello, welcome to my tiny house. Right now you're sitting on my bed. If you've been here for a while, you know about my situation, but maybe you don't. So here's a little day in the life, living minimalistically, yet not feeling like a minimalist. Okay, so here's to give you a real look at what it's like. This is my little pathway, which I raked all the leaves to uncover. My guitar's outside right now because, well, you know, this is the space I'm working with. Then I just open the door. There's not really like a door handle. It's just a little latch. And when I leave, I can lock it up. But, yeah, so there's my lock. And it just kind of seals shut when I pull it. Here's my house right now. Got the blinds up. It's a little scarf. We get resourceful around here. My bed is made, as you can see. I've got my spring water. So that's 5 gallons of water on deck. Anyways, right here, this is like my food. I'm about to make dinner. So you guys are gonna join me to make dinner. This is my little cutting board that I use. Yes, and I'm gonna show you how I make food. And right now is a very real moment where I do not have a lot of food to work with because I live off EBT right now. And in fact, I think most people are living off of EBT. So anyways, if you are living off EBT, you know it does not last you a whole month, especially if you prioritize your health and what you eat. So as somebody who is very conscious of what I eat and put in my body, I work with what I got. I've actually learned how to cook through being poor, through being in poverty and working with what I have and being very resourceful. So yeah, we're gonna get resourceful here. In this reused container, yes, I cleaned it up, I've got cut sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna put these on the stove, make them really like soft and delicious. This is a really good marinade, organic cocoa aminos. So this is organic coconut blossom nectar, water, and Balinese sea salt. That's it. And this is really good. So I actually am gonna marinate these a little bit. Not really like marinate them, but just like cover them enough. That'll give it some flavor. And today I'm gonna be using ghee, which is really high quality butter that doesn't have all the bullshit in it. So I love ghee. It tastes so good. So I'm just gonna put a spoonful of that on the bottom of my pot. Here's the sweet potatoes. Just gonna throw them in there. So here we go. And I don't have cooking utensils, so I just use this. See, this gets hot like so fast. I honestly should probably turn it down. It's like it's so aggressive. Oh my god. Okay, so this part is really fun because we've got this tiny little cutting board. This is like leftover cabbage that I need to use. And this is my cutting knife because I invest in other things. Like I don't really need a big cutting board and a big chopping knife right now. So I'm just gonna make this work. Actually, I have a bowl. Yes, game changer. Yes. I mean, I was gonna make this, but making a video about making this is more motivating to make this. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's hard to just cook something when it feels like it takes a lot of effort. Okay, this is looking real juicy. I added some salt as well, which is helping to like bring the moisture out, and so cooks a little bit better that way. And now I have a few eggs here, so I'm gonna put some eggs in so I get a little bit of protein. Oh, and here's a side note. You can make rags out of clothes. Like, just cut up clothes that you don't like or you're not wearing anymore and you're gonna get rid of. Instead of taking it to Goodwill, if you need rags or towels, like, cut it up. It's gonna save you money and it's gonna help the planet, honestly. Now, I only have a couple seasoning options. So, something that's really good and versatile is cayenne. And it's really medicinal as well. Cayenne. And another seasoning is turmeric, which is also very medicinal. So, you know, multi-purpose things. We're not here for the flavor profile, okay? We're here for the health benefits. Sometimes we get the flavor, but sometimes it's just like, we're gonna make it work. So I'm gonna chop a little clove here. Yeah, just one. I have to be so careful with this knife. I have stabbed myself, and it has left a scar. And also, for those of you wondering about bathroom and sink, like, yes, I have those things, and they're not in my space, obviously. This specific space is on a property where there are other tiny homes, and so there's a community bathroom where we have like a big sink that we can do our dishes in or shower, you know. So those basic needs are met. I mean, it's all built from scratch, and so it's not like a fancy shower or anything, but it's meeting the needs, and I'm really grateful because I haven't always had a shower. Okay, now I'm gonna add this. Okay, got lemon. Where I'm at, there's a store called the Grocery Outlet, and it's a bargain store, so everything's on sale. It's like the back stock, but they have bags of organic lemons, and I've had this bag for like a week at least, like using them up, and they be lasting. I got sweet potatoes in bulk as well, you know. There are like some basics to always have on deck. Oh my god. Hold up, that's really good. Part of the reason I'm comfortable living like this is because I don't have debt. I don't have high bills. I don't have a car, so I don't have car payments. You know, so there are sacrifices that come with starting from the ground up and like choosing not to live in the system and trying to find a new way. But the fact that I've gotten this far is absolutely incredible. I had no idea this was possible. This is honestly ideal. I've also got hummus. This was also at Grocery Outlet in stock. And this is the best hummus. I swear to God. I've been looking for this hummus for so long. Since the last time I had it. But yeah, so I also have a little bit of bread left. If there's anyone out there watching this who is 18 or about to be 18 or, you know, just in a position where they're becoming an adult and you know the state of this world, you just want something else. You want a different world. Don't go and pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to put yourself in debt, to keep you in chains. I had scholarships lined up. I was ready for education. I like learning. When it hit me that all of it was a scam. Okay, pause. When I say scam, I don't mean education is bad. I mean the way we're pushed into it without thinking. At the age of 18, before your brain is fully developed, you're asked to make one of the biggest financial decisions of your life. You can take on massive debt for a path you might not even want later on, with no real guarantee that it will give you freedom. And for me, that felt so completely wrong. I didn't know what I wanted yet. I didn't know freedom yet. So why would I lock myself to something so dense just to figure it out? That's when I realized there are other ways to build a life, to learn, to create, to make money. But nobody really talks about those options when you're in school. So I chose to step away. Not because I'm against education, but because I wanted to choose my life consciously. I dropped all of my college classes and graduated high school early and left everything behind. And oh my God, it triggered people. My school counselors advised me not to do that. My parents were not happy. No. Of course, there were other circumstances when I made that decision. But the point is, there is another way if you are determined to learn through your own experience, being very present with yourself and who you are becoming and who you've been as a child. Don't forget about the version of you that used to play and imagine, the version of you that took up space, that was loud. That inner child holds so much wisdom you wouldn't even believe. What does he, she, or they want in the world? And if it's to be of service and to not live in that system, oh my God, it is so possible. I traded my car for a van to get out of it. I didn't want to be tied to an apartment. I wanted more freedom. I wanted to see the world, and so if that meant I had to live in a van, then I would. I was in an unhealthy relationship. It was very toxic, I was being yelled at a lot, shamed a lot, just for being myself or speaking up or saying no or, it just goes so deep. And I'm not here to say that I'm a victim, but here to explain where I've come from and what I've learned from to build this life for me now. So eventually I realized that I deserved better. And the thing that triggered it was watching old videos of me at 2 years old. And I saw how full of love and joy she was. And then I saw how he was treating her. And so I left. I wanted to start a new life. That's just a snippet of the things that I've gone through. That's like the first initiation. That's when I was 18, almost 19. So that's where I was when I was that age. Now I am 21, living in a dream. Because I know that there's another way. And it's exactly what the system is set up to make us forget and not believe. So anyways, that was a really long tangent. I'm gonna keep making food. Here we go. I decided not to add anything because it's so damn good as is. I'm sitting on the floor of my house eating a delicious meal. Like bread and hummus. I feel really blessed. man. Honestly, it's a beautiful day, too. Like, I don't want to sit here and eat. I'm going to take this outside. It's part of a perk of living in a tiny home is you're outside more. This was not at all my plan. One bit. It's just how it's been unfolding through stepping into the divine, stepping into the unknown. There are ants. Dang it. And this is my view? Are you kidding? This is just something that happened. This is just something that happened. Something that led me here. Saying no to a life that I didn't want. Saying yes to the possibility of there being a better one. And this doesn't mean that you have to walk across the country, trade your car for a van, or give away all of your belongings. Use your discernment because you know what your path is. You just have to decide if you're gonna walk it. You know? Every one of us is different. Every one of us has a different purpose. Unique to you and who you are. This is just where mine has led me. So, yeah.